Will you let me finish? Can you let me finish? Call me when LeBron has 6 championships.
Is that your only argument?
It's the only argument I need, Sean!
I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors. That's why I despise you. Oh, guys, Cori Bush, in what I consider projection of the highest caliber, has really let the mask slip with this one. So, if you're unfamiliar with the situation, right now there is a hubbub in the United States House as to who the next Speaker of the House is going to be. The establishment, the uniparty, as we like to call it, wants Kevin McCarthy. Problem is that if Kevin McCarthy gets in, a lot of the investigations that many of the people who oppose his candidacy have promised to their constituents won't have any teeth. All right, there won't be any subpoenas. They're just looking to push everything under the rug when it comes to the pandemic, when it comes to the laptop, when it comes to all this stuff. So you got 20 really brave and strong elected reps out there saying, no, we're not voting for this guy. Now, in all the hubbub, there's tons of different names being floated. And one of the names that's been floated is a gentleman by the name of Byron Donalds. And Cori Bush, who we've discussed, not ad nauseum, because real talk just, but ultimately represents the Zaddy's girl prototype that I've discussed on the channel on several occasions. Well, she had something to say about it. FWIW, for whom is wondering, I guess, I don't know your lingo. Brian Donalds is not a historic candidate for speaker. He's a prop. Despite being black, he supports a policy agenda intent on upholding and perpetuating white supremacy. His name being in the mix is not progress, it's pathetic. Sweetie, as if you aren't a prop for this globalist agenda, right? First and foremost, all of our elected representatives, from your councilmen to your congressmen, is a prop for somebody's special interest. Make no mistake about it. But to sit here and, go after another straight black man, because I'm assuming he's straight, being Republican and all, well, it goes to show what I've talked about on this channel multiple times, how, sisters, I love you to death, but you ain't for us. You haven't been for a very long time, and this highlights it. And so, in that spirit, let's shoot on over to Raw Story and get his response. GOP's Brian Donalds fires back at Cori Bush for calling him a black prop who perpetuates white supremacy. Written by Sky Palma. Ooh, there is probably that's the thumbnail in this. Republicans opposed to Kevin McCarthy's bid for House Speaker nominated Florida GOP Rep Byron Donalds this Wednesday as McCarthy continued to fail at reaching the required numbers of votes to push him through, thanks to about 20 Republican holdouts. It should be more. It really should be more. As CNN points out, Texas GOP Rep Chip Roy, who nominated Donalds, got standing ovations from both Republicans and Democrats when he said, "For the first time in history, there have been 2 black Americans placed into the nomination for Speaker of the House." I hate this identity politics bullshit. Y'all know I hate it with a fucking passion. Roy was referring to Donalds and New York Democratic Rep Hakeem Jeffries, who is also quote unquote black. Yeah, sure, that boy is as gray as they come, all right? We do not seek to judge people by the color of their skin. But here you are, right? But the content of their character, he added, quoting civil rights leader Martin Luther King. Yet here you are highlighting the color of their skin as if that fucking matters. But whatevs. Not everyone was impressed with Donald's nomination, namely progressive Missouri rep and squad member Cori Bush, who ignited a firestorm of controversy this Wednesday when she fired off a tweet saying that Donalds is not a historic candidate for speaker, because it ain't the black she liked. He ain't black. He didn't vote for, you guys clearly drew the line. He did not vote. He obviously, as a Republican, obviously did not vote for Joe Biden. So his card has been pulled in your eyes anyway, the eyes of a woman, which we know, just speaking, it's about 20-30% less than the dudes. So he's a prop, despite being black. He's okay. We going over this. Bush's tweet was slammed by both liberals and conservatives on Twitter. Black conservative writer Jeff Charles tweeted that the reason Bush called Donald a prop is because she lacks the ability to debate policy, and she really does. There are a reason a lot of these people, even my own congressman Donald Payne, yeah, pork chop, looking at you, champ. They all they don't go through what you would consider a debate process. And in some places, yes, if the back and forth, if the debate, if the race is tight enough, then yeah, you'll be able to get a debate. But for the most part, these motherfuckers just skate through on the mechanisms that have already been put in place via the bureaucrats and the pensioners that make local and state government what it is. That's the real voting core. That's the real part of the problem. That's the real voting base that puts these people in the positions that they want, and it's not because they're going to best represent these places. It's because they'll best represent whatever special interests that really put the money behind them to get them there. Just one blackface attacking another blackface to give white progressives a thrill, Charles wrote. Commentator, whatever. But less than 1/3 of black Democrats identify as liberal. 2/3 identify as moderate or conservative. It is an absolute scandal that so many feel they have no choice but to vote for politicians who talk about them this way. No. They, in so many areas, they've been manipulated. They've been monopolized into voting for the Democratic Party, namely because the Republican Party is nowhere to be found in these areas. So it's one of the reasons why, oh yeah, Jay, you're a conservative, you're a Republican, or go fuck yourself. I'm an American. All right. The Twitter account for Free Black Thought clarified that they're not endorsing Donald's, only the idea that black people can believe whatever it is they believe without being subjected to racist defamation of perpetuating white supremacy. Donald's himself fired back at Bush in an appearance on Fox Business this Thursday, calling her comments blatantly outrageous. Man, that sucks, to be honest with you. I feel bad that she really put that out there. Donald's told Fox Business host Stuart Varney, because if you see a black man rising, then let that man rise, even if you don't agree with him. Donalds went on to say that Bush should sit down and debate him. That's not happening, brother. That ain't happening. And if it does, I will be here to cover it. As a black man to a black woman, ooh, bruh. Ooh, did you feel it? Did you feel it? Because when she hears that, man, it's nothing but en fuego. Yes, I'm using Spanish in a black-on-black conversation. I would have never done that to her. It's a shame she did it to me. No, it's not. It's their playbook, my guy. Let's give you some real reps, all right?
Your Democrat colleague, Cori Bush, attacked you online. In a tweet, she calls you a prop for upholding white supremacy. I'd like you to take this opportunity to respond to that, sir.
Well, I mean, first of all, I thought it was just blatantly outrageous. First, that sucks, man.
Okay, not to cut you off. A, I already read your quote, and B, she is just an unpleasant person to look at. She really is. I'm telling you, they got to go through so much schmeat, probably white schmeat, to get to where they are. They so run down by the time they get to these positions, man. Like, yeah, woof, man.
And to be honest with you, man, I'm sorry. I feel, bad that she really put that out there.
I feel bad for these pictures, sweetheart. Like, yo, oh man, no, I'm a man. I'm going to objectify women. And sweetheart, yikes, yo, you just a walking, talking problem, sis. Jesus Christ.
Because, if you see a black man rising, I mean, let the man rise, even if you don't agree with him. Specifically to my policies, I would argue that she should sit down and debate me one-on-one. And let's do that, Stu. We could do it on your program. We could do it on CNN. We could do it on MSNBC. I'm open to all of that. But to throw a statement out there, I thought was just the complete wrong thing to do. As a black man to a black woman, I would have never done that to her. It's a shame that she did it to me.
It was an insult. Thank you very much.
but not a surprise. It really shouldn't have been a surprise at all. Once again, she is Zaddy Girl. I've been warning y'all about this for a while, particularly since old girl hopped up there talking about she don't know what a woman is, and is still, and somehow still, weirdly enough, made it to the Supreme Court. But whatever. Guys, with that being said, we're gonna bring this one to an end. The reason this video exists is to point out how right I've been this entire time. Yo, black women, you are a fucking problem. Not all of you, not individually, because trust me, I know plenty of good ones that completely get it. But I'm sorry, you are a drop in the bucket compared to the overarching hive mind of the sisterhood that is the bullshit, globalist bullshit that people like Miss Bush represent. All right. So guys, with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you like it, toss it a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and want to get videos like this every single day. Share because sharing is caring. And YouTube and Bitchute like aren't the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications and get something from Teespring. Check me out on Odyssey as well. Links in the description. I can go in the description box and do damage and speak. Let me know. What do you guys think in the comments? I've been like, I get called misogynist. I get called racist. I get called a whole bunch of things for pointing out which is blatantly fucking obvious. All right. And I'm so fucking tired of the identity politics shit. It's not even funny because all it does is wrap us up in this bullshit. And the reason I front loaded this video with the Kevin McCarthy thing, how we won't get any type of traction on any of the real or really any of the real investigations that we need. If that man gets the speakership, yeah, all that's getting dusted under the it's getting brushed under the rug so they can sit here and focus on the more salacious race ridden thing, because you know our media, and I don't want to say it's the country's obsession with race, it's the media's obsession with race, and to an extent because it does draw views and it just does draw clicks. So guys, let me know what you think in the comments, and until the next one.
Your booze mean nothing. I've seen what makes you cheer. Every breath I take without your permission raises my self-esteem.